Many have joined back, so let's start. Fauziya, you had a question, right?
Yes, Sohil.
Hmm.
So, you already answered that, but my question is if we can't retrieve that file back after the period of soft delete, how can we get it back?
No, you can't then. If you have a soft delete period of 7 days, and if you don't do it, then it's permanently deleted. Then it's gone. Unless you have backup in place, और उस backup को आप लोग बहुत ही ज़्यादा crucial data होता है ना, so then there is a backup in place, okay? और वो backup जो है hot से cool tier में जाता है, cool से archive में और 2 सालों तक पड़ा रहता है. So if you have a backup file, soft delete is a different thing and backup is a different thing. I hope you're getting it, right? See, now let's say that this is a file. I have deleted this file. It's gone. And now if I want to restore it, it's here, but only for 7 days or whatever days I have selected under soft delete. So if those days are over, you cannot recover it at all. But with this soft delete and everything, let's say that you had taken a backup also. एक backup जो अलग से हमारा पूरा ये है, topic है. I'm showing it in VM, but the same backup is available for storage also. Just showing it in VM. Here it is. So let's say that you have already set up a backup, that this is how it should be done, frequency should be this, और इतने दिन का backup रहना चाहिए, इस तरह से होना चाहिए, and that backup should be there for 5 years, 6 years. Initially वो hot में पड़ा रहे एक दिन, then cool में चला जाए, and then archive में 2-4 साल पड़ा रहे. If you have a backup of that file, maybe you can restore it from there. But from soft delete, if you selected 7 days and 7 days are passed, then you can't do anything about it. Then the file is gone. Clear?
Okay, so we can only back up VM data. I mean, let's say on
No,
a
you
VM
can,
we
you
have
can.
a database.
I told you backup is there for storage account also. I was just showing it on VM. Backup is there on your VM account also. Same backup, similar backup. What you do on VM, the similar backup you can do for your storage account also. If your backup is there set up, then you can restore it from it. Clear? Or still confusion?
No. I mean, I have to try that.
No, backup we haven't covered yet. That is the reason maybe you're not getting it. Backup topic अब तक हमने cover ही नहीं किया कि how would you backup things. Redundancy ये सब एक अलग चीज है. Backup is a different thing. Backup we have not covered yet.
So we are covering that, right?
Yes, definitely we'll do that. When we do the backup, we'll do it for virtual machine, for storage account, for everything. And it's the same thing. You don't have to do anything extra to learn backup. You learn it for VM. You can simply apply it on your storage account also.
So backup topic we will be covering during the migration topic, right?
No, before migration, I will cover it.
Okay.
Even if it's not happening, told you the timeline it's not पत्थर की लकीर नहीं है वो कि topics नहीं छोड़ कर जा रहे हम. Don't worry. नहीं होता है, हम पहले backup करेंगे, but then we'll do it. This is how it looks. If you have to do backup, this is how it looks. You'll select a vault. Now vault वगैरह क्या होता है, I haven't explained it, but this is how it looks. यहाँ पर आप पूरा backup वगैरह आपका backup policy एक select होता है, and then you can decide it कि वो backup कितने दिन रखना है. सालों साल भी रखते हैं लोग कोई backup को. You can restore it from there. But if you have backup, then only. ठीक है, backup is something different from your soft delete. If I explain it to you on my PC simply, this is my recycle bin. This is a file. I deleted this file. It's gone here. Now it is there till the time I empty this recycle bin, or if I have any program in my computer which will empty my recycle bin in every 7 days. After 7 days, it is gone. I cannot recall it. I cannot recover it once it is gone. Let's say 7 days or immediately now. The moment I empty the recycle bin, it's gone. But let's say that I have another backup service. I have Veritas service on my laptop, जिससे मेरा पूरा का पूरा लैपटॉप का बैकअप लिया जाता है, and then I upload it on Veritas. So if I require something, any किसी दिन कुछ चाहिए होगा, so I can demand that. So if that is the case, then I can demand from them. और तब मुझको डेस्कटॉप पे फिर से वो फाइल मिल जाएगी. Obviously data loss होगा कुछ ना कुछ, but then I'll get it. I can restore it. So backup is different. Soft delete is different. Soft delete will be there only for 7 days or whatever days you have selected. Is it clear now?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Suhail bhai,
Coming.
can you
Yes.
please explain this point in time part? The last time you explained it, but I was not able to get it properly. Enable point in time.
No, I did
Just
never
about the
explain
blob.
that. When did I explain that?
No, last week you explained it on last Sunday.
No, you must be
Why
getting
will you
confused with something. Point in time will come when we start backup. Don't worry. And if you're not
Okay.
getting understanding something else, try to figure it
No, in
out
storage
which
account.
topic was there.
In storage account, it is there. In the
It's
networking part.
everywhere. It's everywhere. See, if I
Yeah.
go here under backup, यहाँ पर भी आपको point in time मिल जाएगा. Storage backup is same, exactly same. But point in time क्या होता है exactly? I haven't explained because backup हमने शुरू ही नहीं किया है. And if you're talking about some other term, याद कर लो, मैं explain कर दूंगा. कोई और term की बात कर दो. Point in time नहीं किया है. Don't worry. Definitely नहीं किया है. I know. Backup अभी तक मैंने do you guys remember I asked you guys that we are skipping these two topics. Backup or disaster recovery, I have not done it. So don't worry if you're not able to understand any terms out of this. And if you're getting confused with some other term, try to remember what is it. I'll explain it again. But backup नहीं किया है. And it's similar. Backup के option same है. Be it storage or be it virtual machine. Okay, so coming back to this, yes, Navid bhai, you can remember, try to remember what are you talking about. Point in time वाला नहीं किया है. This is the storage account. What are you talking about? Let me know. Looking at this, can you remember something? क्या पूछ रहे थे आप? Point in time definitely नहीं किया है. Backup क्योंकि हमने cover ही नहीं किया अब तक. Yes, Navid. I think he dropped. Okay. Fine. So guys, we were here. We're talking about SaaS. Let's say that I'm access key. I have already discussed SaaS. Practical answer देने के लिए आपको जितना चाहिए था, we have already discussed it here. Okay. This is what is the difference. Main question यही आता कि difference क्या है. So what is the difference? Access key में आप पूरा storage account का access दे रहे हो. SaaS में you do have an option whether you want to select blob, file, queue, table, up to you. Right? You have an option. You can give the granular access that I want to give only read access. I want to give only list access. I want to give only write access. Maybe I want to give read, write, everything, but not delete option. Right? You can time bound it. Right? You can time bound it. So these are the options available when it comes to shared access key. Is it clear to everyone? Yes, guys. Is it clear to everyone till now? Theory part. Anyone who did not
So
understand?
if
Yes.
we didn't put the IP address, allowed IP address, it will be accessible to anyone who we share
Yes.
the link with.
Yes.
Suhail bhai,
Still
I'm sorry,
safer
my
side
internet
if
went
even if I
down.
put 0.0.0.0, it means all. Even if you keep it blank, it means all.
Okay.
Sorry, Navid, you were saying something?
I'm sorry, my internet went down for
Yeah, that's
a few
okay. That's
minutes.
okay. So you can if you have any question, let me know.
Right, about the enter the point enter points thing was there. No? Enable enter point above the blob.
Endpoint is a
blob
concept of backup which we have not covered. I'm sure you're getting confused with something. So which point, which term you're
no, in
referring
storage
to?
account. If you go to storage account, I can show it to you. It is there in data protection. The
I am in
first
storage
option.
account. I am in storage account.
The very first option, data protection.
Okay, but we haven't covered data
protection.
protection. अब तक हम यहाँ पर आए नहीं ना. And this is a part of backup again. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, enable
It is
point
a
in
part.
time. Okay.
It is a part
It's
of
part of
backup,
backup, not.
Yeah, and we haven't covered data protection also. अब तक हम यहीं पर है.
Okay, sir.
Don't
But in
worry.
storage, there is one component. While I was trying to make a storage account, it comes in data protection. It says something similar. If you come to the storage account part, I could show it to you somewhere.
I am in storage account. Here it is. I am in storage account.
Right.
Where do you want me to click?
This point in time thing you explained it to us last week, where it says enable blobs, enable file, soft delete. For the soft delete option, where we get the option
Soft
to enable
delete is
soft
something
delete.
here. It is soft delete is
blobs.
different. Soft delete I have covered already.
Right. So exactly just above the soft delete, there's an option.
I know, but I haven't
check that
discussed
option,
this.
if we check that option, then we have to keep this enable blob sharing active as well. Like,
Okay, don't worry.
if
Let it be. Let it be. Whatever it is, I'll cover it again. Even if you have
Okay.
forgotten, I have covered, not covered. Let's not waste time on that. I'll cover again
Sure.
from scratch.
Sure.
So even if you have
Sure.
doubt, it will be clear. Okay?
Moreover, it is about the point in time fee.
Yeah, I'll cover both of them. Don't worry.
Sure.
Okay, so let's go back to this one where we were shared access signature. Okay. So let's say container object, and here it is. You can create it, and most of the time you face some error here. Connect karte waqt, and I'm forgetting what was the remedy to that. First, let's check if we are able to connect it. First thing, connection string. What do you think, guys? Can I connect it using connection string? I have been telling you कि ये सब software इसके लिए application के लिए होता है. But if I want to connect using connection string, what do you think? Will I be able to connect or not?
No.
There
Let's
is
see.
an option though.
Connection string. Yes, if option is there, you can do it. Let's try. Here. SaaS token has inadequate resource type, service level access is required. किसी तरह का कोई इसमें missing is. Let's see. What does it say? What is missing? Yeah. Service. I'm giving object also. Again, I'll have to generate the key. I'll see. Sorry, not subscription. Storage account. Connection string. Let's see if it works. Storage account 2. I can give any name. Here it is. I am connected. Right, guys? So you can connect using connection string also. But the connection string is mostly meant for the application, and you will see or developers are using it to integrate their application with your storage account, not your their storage account. कि data आएगा तो वहां पे कैसा जाना चाहिए, data pull कैसा होना चाहिए. For example, you're using Amazon, क्या चीज़ stock में है, आप कोई order कर रहे हो तो bucket में add हो जाए, anything, any sort of thing. To access the database, the application or the website will use this connection string, but you can connect using connection string also. Okay. Next thing, storage. We are talking about SaaS. Okay. Now let's click next. And this gives error most of the time. And even I'm forgetting कि वो error को counter कैसे करता है. Let's see. SaaS के लिए, can you see? We have this one. So let's try this first. I hope it works. A SaaS is required. Okay. Yeah. I'll figure it out. I don't want to waste time here, but this is how you connect. I'll let you know how to encounter this error. This is a known error and we have fixed it always, but it happens, always it happens. But this is how you will be doing it. SaaS अगर कोई पूछता है आपसे, so this is how you will be giving them the SaaS link and they will be able to connect. If you want them to access only Blob, you will give them this one, the Blob URL. Okay, Blob URL. And the person will come here, select Blob, select SaaS, same error might appear here. Yeah. Okay, next. I'll figure it out. I'll let you know how to do it. But this is the method you will be using. Is it clear, guys, to everyone? Yes, guys. Yes, no, any doubt?
Yes, Sohail.
Okay, one more thing.
Well, by
Yes, Navid, tell me.
to send, is it giving complete means if you want to granularly give this access like only to a particular blob, then because I think it is
coming
giving
to that. Yeah, good question. Coming to that also. Coming to that. Got your question. Anyone else? Any other question?
No.
Okay. So yes, I was saying that prior to the session, guys, I had the Q&A session. Hussain joined, and I was just explaining it to Hussain that don't focus or waste or spend your energy and time on Storage Explorer. This I'm showing it to you only for your understanding because you guys haven't worked. So just to make a presentation in front of you कि कैसे होता है, end user क्या कर रहा है. Otherwise, as an Azure administrator, आप कभी आपके system पे install भी नहीं करने वाले हो Azure Storage Explorer. You will be working on portal and share the accesses to them. And people who are using, आपसे better उनको troubleshooting वगैरह ऐसी पता है, they will do it. Unless they're stuck, then they'll come back to you obviously. और तब आपको आपका proof point सही करने के लिए you will have to install it maybe and show it कि it is working with my end, it is working at my end. You will have to figure it out. आपके यहाँ कोई port वगैरह block हो रहा है, right? So don't worry about storage account much, storage explorer. And this is not the only tool. There are third-party tools also available, but we'll stick to this one. So is this clear to everyone? इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा focus नहीं करना है. Okay. Coming back to this one. Hussein's question was, and it's a very valid question, that ठीक है access key और इसमें ये difference है, all these difference. But again access key में इसके through भी तो सारा blob का access जा रहा है. If I share this with you and I have 10 blobs, all 10 blobs are being shared. I wanted to share only one blob. Did you guys get the question? Where did I create this
No,
shared?
sir.
Where did I create this shared signature, shared access signature? At what
Into
level?
the
What is
storage
this?
account.
Storage account. So if I share this with you and when it works, will you have access to only one blob or all the blob or all the containers which are there in my storage account?
All the blob.
All the blob, right? So that is the question. That what is the use of SAS then? ठीक है, time bound वगैरह लगा लिया, but blob तो सारे share हो रहे ना. I wanted to share only one blob. How do I achieve that? Did you get the question, guys? Now, scenario clear हुआ?
Yes. Yes.
Anyone who did not understand the scenario? What about others, guys? Did you get it, Fozia?
I think at a blob level, I have seen that SAS
Yes.
option.
Yeah, perfect. So unlike access key, जैसे access key जो है ना सिर्फ storage पे आ रहा है. The thing which we were discussing yesterday, and I asked you guys to figure it out, and no one replied yet. Okay. So unlike access key आपको सिर्फ storage पे दिखेगा. But when it comes to shared access signature SAS, if you go to container, now I am under container. Okay. This is a container. Under container level, I'll see shared access token. So if I want to give you access to only this container, or let me create another container for you.
It should be in lowercase.
Yeah. Funny keyboard I have something. This connects with Mac sometimes and with Windows, and this happens all the time. It happens. Under container, I will have some blob. Okay. Now I want you to access this using Explorer or anything, whatever software you want to use. But I want you to have access only to this container, not to logs container. Okay. So I can click on that container and then I have an access to shared access token here. What kind of access I want to give? Add, create, delete, whatever access. Why? Because I'm giving it to you only on that particular, this one, only on that particular container. So here it is. Let's say. Blob. The blob container. What are we using? Are we using Azure AD or SAS? Shared access signature. Oh, sorry, the URL I had to copy. Here. Okay. Now you can see only this particular container and whatever is there in that container. You guys can also try. Whoever has this storage explorer, try this. Yes, anyone trying, guys? By the way, this link, if I click on this one, do you think it will be accessible directly on the browser? What do you think?
No.
Correct. No. Whoever has this Azure Storage Explorer, guys, please go ahead, connect container SAS key, use this link and let me know if you are able to connect it. So this is how you share your container, only container if you want to see. Now let's say I'm saying here is container, maybe I have 10 files and the person who is accessing that, he is authorized to see only one file, this file. Are you getting the question, guys? Let's say that I am saying under this container also, I have multiple files, but the person where I'm sharing this blob, he's authorized to see only one file, that image file, this text file which has setting data, it should not be visible. How can I achieve it? Yes, anyone?
Can you move to the dots? I mean the 3 dots at the right.
Here. So did you get the answer,
There
guys?
you have generate
When you get the access or option to generate your SAS key at storage account, at container or at file level also, the blob level also. यहाँ पर आके भी आप अपना, I mean, either you can click on the 3 dots or you can come here and somewhere here you'll get, here it is. So if I share this link with you, even if there is, you're able to access someone, great. So even if there are 2 files in my container, but if I share the access to you of this one, only this one, you will be able to access only this particular file. And that too, it's a granular access. I can decide whether you can read that file, you can add that file, you can create something there, you can write, you can delete, you can put tag, whatever option I want to select, I can select that. It will be a time bound. And then I can share this with you. Is it clear, guys, to everyone? Difference between SAS and access key.
Yes, Solver.
It's a huge
Solver,
difference. It can be a detailed answer. इसको एक sentence में बिल्कुल खत्म मत करना answer. Definitely will be a big reason of rejection. I mean, you have a lot to talk, a lot. Like you have time thing to talk about, you have IP address, you have these protocols, then you have scope. Whenever I say scope, I hope you understand. कि access key का scope होता है सिर्फ storage account, shared access key का scope होगा storage account के अंदर container के अंदर files, ये सारा आपका जो है granular access होगा, which you do not get on keys. Is it clear, guys, to everyone?
Yes, Solver. Solver, is it safe to say or is it right to say that?
Motaz, I can't hear you.
Okay, now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it right to say that we use SAS for limited time period of access in a granular way? And
Yes,
we
it is,
use-
but it should not be a one-liner. I told you again. It should be one of the points. पूरा
Okay.
डिटेल में यहाँ से explain करते हुए आना है आपको. That you have an option. Even if you're giving it on complete storage account, let's say I want to just share blobs and not file and queue and table, I can do that. Access key, I cannot do that. Right? यहाँ पर भी what level of access I want to just share containers, objects, services, service. You don't even have to explain. It's okay. You just have to remember it. Read, write, delete, list, add, ये जो सारे options है ना, आपको याद रखना है. और maybe if you can take a print out of this, और उस पेज को आप अपने पास कहीं सामने रख लो. और maybe just take a screenshot and paste it here on in your personal file, offline वाली file में इसका screenshot लेके इसको यहाँ पे paste कर लो. So while answering, you will know these options are available there. ठीक है, guys?
Yes, Solver.
So this should be a detailed answer, the difference between SAS and access key. ये question मैंने already लिख रखा है पहले से ही. But this is very important. They will definitely ask you. Okay. Now let's go back to storage account. Delete option we have already seen. We have some time, so we'll go ahead and यहाँ वाले options हम देखते हैं quickly. ये थोड़ा सा जल्दी हो जाएगा because I have already explained it to you. Under networking.
भाई वो
Yes.
SAS के अंदर एक साइनिंग की करके एक ऑप्शन था. उसमें फिर वो 2 कीज का ऑप्शन दिखा रहे थे वो.
हाँ. Why do you think we have that? Do you remember the rotation वाला concept?
Yes.
Exact same concept. Yes. कि अगर आपका एक की compromise होता है, you use the second key, right? You give it to the people जिनको आपको access continue रखना है. they will use it using second key, और आप फिर से फर्स्ट की पे आके उसको रीजनरेट कर दो, रोटेट टाइप कर दो, तो आपका फर्स्ट की जिन सबके पास था वो सारा इनवैलिड हो जाएगा, तो सबका एक्सेस चला जाएगा एक्सेप्ट दोज पीपल जो सेकंड की पे यूज कर रहे हैं।
मतलब एक्सेस की और शेयर्ड एक्सेस में इनका दोनों का कोई वो वाले ऑप्शन से कोई ये नहीं ना, रिलेशन नहीं, म्यूचुअल
नहीं, थोड़ा बहुत रिलेशन है, ऐसा नहीं है, बिल्कुल भी नहीं है। आई मीन फॉर एग्जांपल, if you have generated a shared signature access key यहाँ से, ठीक है, you have generated this and I have given it to you, you are using it, I did not change anything here, but if I come here and I rotate this, तो आपका वो shared access वाला signature भी चला गया, वो बना है इसके बेस पे, somewhere it is also connected in the background, I completely isolated नहीं है ये, so if you come here and if you don't change anything but you come here and change this one, तो आपका वो access भी चला गया। If you have changed this, आपको इसको फिर से आके जनरेट करना पड़ेगा यहाँ पर। क्लियर है?
बट हम की से तो कर ही नहीं रहे, राइट? हम तो
हाँ, नहीं करे तो आप इसको चेंज भी नहीं करोगे, अगर आप इससे एक्सेस दे नहीं रहे तो चेंज भी नहीं करोगे, बट आई एम सेइंग गलती से किसी ने चेंज कर दिया, इसको रोटेट कर दिया अगर किसी ने गलती से, देन दैट एक्सेस इज गॉन, you are not doing it but somewhere it is there. Did you get it guys? That this is not an
Yes.
isolation option, कोई backdoor entry नहीं मिल रही है आपको स्टोरेज में, somewhere ये आपके स्ट्रिंग में कहीं ना कहीं ये सारी चीजें होगी, it is just कि आप यहां से जा रहे हो तो थोड़ा granular access में जा रहे हो, but if someone comes here and rotate this key, तो आपका वो एक्सेस भी चला जाएगा, you will have to come back here again and create new one, फिर से जनरेट करके आपको देना पड़ेगा। Is it clear guys to everyone? Yes, no, maybe any confusion? ये दोनों का relation?
Yes. Yes, well.
Okay. Right, so even if you're not using it, you'll never ever rotate it unless it is needed. Okay. So coming back to the storage account, here we have covered this activity log, सबको पता है, tags वगैरह ये सबको पता है, migration I'll cover this when I cover VM migration, पूरा migration एक साथ ही करेंगे हम लोग। Browser I showed you already, storage mover it's nothing but a resource mover, containers we saw, file shares, queue, tables we saw, networking I have already explained it while creating it, but still I will share it again. I hope you understand this by reading itself, otherwise हमने ये भी बना रखा है, इसको already explain कर रखा है। If I select all networks, it is accessible from all the networks. You can access it. Anyone who has the sufficient access and URL, they can access it. Enable from selected virtual networks. What will happen, guys? If I do this, who will be able to access this?
From that particular range of IP addresses or a particular IP address.
Yes, I'll
Either
have
a
to give
particular
this
IP
IP address here or a range of that IP address.
Like a CIDR range from this
Yes.
IP to that IP.
Right. So जितने भी इसमें आते हैं इस ब्लॉक में, जितने भी आते हैं, they will get the complete access to this. जितने भी इसमें आते हैं, okay, whatever the correct CIDR block would be for this. If it is ending with 25, I think the CIDR block would be.
It should be 0, no?
What? No, 0. You won't put 0. 0
No,
won't work
not
here.
the cider.
He's saying 0.0
Okay.
for all, like
Then it will be applicable for all.
0.0.0.
Then it will be accessible by all of them. तो अगर आपको सबको ही देना तो you keep it this.
Enable from all networks.
This you want to do it when you want to give it to particular people. Let's say that you are a client and you have a vendor. Vendor के 10 public IP है, so they will give the range of that public IP with the CIDR block. वो आप यहाँ पर ये कर दोगे. If they have 2-3 IPs, you will put it them here. अगर आपको सबको ही देना है, that simple option is this one, first one. Clear?
So you said if there are multiple IPs, then we can add the IP address field, one more field like column.
Here it is. You have two of them already, but best way is to add the this one CIDR block.
range.
Yes, CIDR range, and they will give you. The company will give you the CIDR range. Networking team will give you the CIDR range.
Great. Okay.
Yes, guys, clear these 2 points?
Yes, sir.
Disable, I am sure all of you know. क्यों डिसेबल करके रखेंगे? मे बी एक्सेस करना ही नहीं किसी रीजन से रख रहा है, whatever could be the reason, but if you disable, it is not accessible at all. Microsoft network routing, internet routing, सिंपल थिंग. माइक्रोसॉफ्ट से कर रहे हो तो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का बैकबोन नेटवर्क यूज होगा, इंटरनेट पे कर रहे हो तो इंटरनेट यूज होगा. प्राइवेट एंड पॉइंट्स, ये तो इजी था. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट गाइस, लेट मी एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू. आज नहीं भी कवर होता है, we'll do it again tomorrow, next session, but private endpoint is very important. Now even if I am saying that this has to be from some selected networks, this all is happening on the internet. Microsoft backbone network हो चाहे कुछ भी हो, it's all happening on the public IP. स्टोरेज आपका जो है ना पब्लिक आईपी पे ही चल रहा है, बट आई वांट कि मेरा स्टोरेज जो है वो पब्लिक आईपी पे हो ही ना. लेट मी ओपन वन फाइल. Here it is. This is your storage account, guys. Okay, this is your storage account. Normally how is it being accessed? Even if your virtual machine which is there here, which is there in the same one, in this virtual network, कि आपने ऐसा भी कर रखा है ना कि only from this virtual network this storage account should be accessible. Let's say कि आपने public access रखा है, तो anyone can access your storage account. Anyone from here, anyone can access your storage account. Anyone, on-prem, browser वगैरह. This is clear to all. If you have
Yes, sir.
selected
Yes.
selected IPs, अगर वो IPs यहाँ से है तो इस तरह से एक्सेस होंगे वो, बाहर से अगर वो IPs है. Let's say those IPs are from your virtual network. I hope you guys remember कि वो virtual network का एक ऑप्शन था. Only from that virtual network. तब भी वो ट्रैफिक कैसे फ्लो होगा पता है आपको? It will go from your virtual network, from your virtual machine, virtual network over the internet, something like this. You're accessing your storage account, something like this. This is the way you're accessing your storage account using the web link. Ultimately उसके पीछे public IP use हो रहा है. So when I say private endpoint, this is what I'm trying to say, that my storage account gets extended and then it gets a private IP from my subnet and my VNet. तब वो directly इस तरह से access होगा. And now it will not have any public access. Clear है guys? What is a private endpoint?
No, Sohail bhai, can you
Yes.
repeat? I'm sorry, I didn't understand the last point.
And anyone else did not understand?
Only the last part.
Yeah, got it. Anyone else guys who did not understand or in any other doubt? Okay, so I'm saying if you create a storage account, इसको आपने accessible to all कर रखा है, तो traffic can come from anywhere. किसी client के browser से आ गया, on-prem data center से आ गया, आपके खुद के virtual network से आ गया. This is how your traffic will flow.
Correct.
Clear?
Yes. Yes.
You have selected that traffic should come only from some virtual network. इस virtual network को आपने enable कर रखा है.
हाँ.
और ये जो है आपका storage account आप ही के Azure subscription में है. Still the traffic will flow like this.
It will go via the virtual network, right? Like this, as in it is not going.
Virtual network से बाहर निकलेगा. Virtual network के बाहर निकलेगा. Over the internet जाएगा ये.
हाँ, समझ
This
गया.
will-
Via the internet, but it will
Yes.
it will bypass the virtual network, right? Via the virtual network, it will go to the
Yes.
storage account
Yes.
via the internet, not Microsoft backbone network, but the internet.
Microsoft backbone network भी कुछ नहीं है. That is also an internet. Microsoft का backbone network भी जो है बस उसमें किसी और का ट्रैफिक नहीं होता है. वो है इंटरनेट ही. बस ट्रैफिक आपका
Okay.
अकेले का होता है. But it is still internet. But
Right.
what
वो
I
secure
want,
network है उनका, private network type है.
हाँ
Lease
private
line
network
जैसा
है,
होता है,
whatever it
lease
is,
line.
but it is still internet. Public IPs ही use हो रहे हैं उसमें. But what I want that for my storage account, यहाँ पर मेरा storage account है और यहाँ पर मेरा application है. This is the application. इसको use करने वाले भी सारे मेरे internal लोग हैं. यहीं पर इनके VMs होंगे. These guys are using it. This is my application. This is my storage account. So why should my traffic go like this? मेरा कोई requirement ही नहीं application का internet का, right?
Right.
So that time I will use private endpoint, and that private endpoint, what will it do? It will assign a private IP to this storage account from the subnet which I select. I'll go to the portal and show it to you. तो इस subnet में से कोई वो IP चुन के इसको दे देगा, and then I will have a direct connectivity because it is a part of the subnet.
Okay. Okay. So from the subnet, one IP would be assigned to the storage account.
Yes. Yes.
Like it will delegate one IP
Yes.
to
So
the
now
storage
if
account.
I go ahead and create private endpoint, select private endpoint. it will ask me what should be the name of that private endpoint. What is the region? Which region will I select? By the way, if this is the case I'm talking about, what is my criteria to select the region?
The same region as the storage account.
Yes. Same to what?
It should be like the endpoint should be in the same region as the storage account, Azure storage account.
Storage ka to hoga. What else? What am I trying to do here? Using the private endpoint, I'm trying to assign one IP from my subnet, which is a part of this VNet. So इसका location कौन सा क्या होना चाहिए? किसके location को benchmark बनाऊंगा मैं?
Virtual network.
Same as the VNet.
VNet, virtual network जो location में
Unless वो दिखेगा ही नहीं मुझको, वो VNet ही नहीं दिखेगा if I'm not doing it. Yes, same as VNet. क्या किस चीज को टारगेट करना है हमको? फाइल, whatever it is we are doing it here. Select the virtual network. Here I'll make sure that I select the same virtual network which is a part of my virtual machine. जिस virtual machine से मुझको access करवाना है, or it could be any application or anything. It's not always necessary virtual machine. So I will select the same virtual network. And do I have to select same subnet?
No, it's not necessary.
Exactly. Select next. DNS is optional. Let's say we are not discussing DNS now. Click next. Click next. Review and create. And that should be enough. And your storage account will get a private IP which you can use directly from your virtual machine in Azure, virtual machine or any other service. Internet is completely gone now from your storage account.
But it's all going through the VNet, right? So like the
Yes.
VNet is like the main supporting factor that is communicating between the storage account and the
Yes.
resources.
Yes.
The resources on the other side.
Right. Got it, guys?
Yes.
What is a private endpoint? I leave the custom domain. We'll do it the custom domain next time. Custom domain is easy. Custom domain or then backup and ये जो है हम बाद में करेंगे. Few options are pending here also. So we'll do that in next session. See you guys next week. I'll share some questions and some tasks. Please make sure you complete them at least this week. Here, this is how it looks, guys. Okay. See you next week then. Okay. You can create it and you can come here and see कि private IP आपको कैसे दिखता है यहाँ पर. That storage account will have a private IP. I'll upload the recording, share the questions and tasks. Please complete it, guys. Here it is, the private IP.
Yes, sir. Bye. Thank you.
See you. Bye.
Yes, well, thank you.